had to go to my Facebook page.
Yeah,
Hey
no, I
guys,
have.
what's up? What's up, guys? I hope you guys having an awesome Thursday evening, Thursday morning, Thursday night, depending on where you at in the world. Hey, this is Troy McKnight coming at you from Dallas, Texas. I actually got another guest with me. I got a real good friend. I actually met her on Facebook. She's a rock star. She's been in the network marketing industry for some time. I wanted to bring her on for she can actually, me and her together talk about what it takes to really build a successful network marketing business. A lot of times people get in this industry and they have high hopes, but they don't understand what it really takes to be successful. So I'm going to have Julie introduce herself, tell you guys a little bit about her and her background. So take it away, my friend.
Hello. Thank you, Troy. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. I am from Boston. I live in Boston, Massachusetts. And my story is I've been in network marketing or direct marketing for about 22 years. I do have a day job. I'm a full-time professional nanny, but I do like to do this on the side. But this is a full-time business. And my story is I'm ADD, ADHD, and dyslexic. And I coach college basketball. So my terminology is triple threat. But for me, it's awesome because it allows me to think outside the box, and entrepreneurship is the way to go for me. So
the thing about it, Julie, I got to go back because I know Lisa always tell me I'm ADD, and but also I'm dyslexic too. And what I've noticed is a lot of entrepreneurs that they are dyslexic. We got something that God gave us a gift that we learn a little different. But this entrepreneurship game is for us. I mean, from network marketing to traditional business. I mean, I read a story about Magic Johnson, the same thing. And some of the most greatest inventors in the world actually have the same type of learning disability. But you know what I've learned is from that, Julie? Once we find something that we really into, it's crazy.
100%. I've coached high school and middle school and college basketball. I played pro. But I've also found too is that I work better in a team atmosphere, just like network marketing, just like entrepreneurship. I need to have a team around me. I love to inspire and to coach and to, bring somebody else up, as far as that goes.
So tell us, how did you get involved in the industry?
Oh my gosh. I got involved in the industry about 22 years ago with a company called Equinox International. It was the first ever like minerals and water filters and stuff like that. And I was invited, like most of us are, by a friend. And I sat there and I was like doe in headlights. I'm like, oh my God, I can do this. And as I progressed to build a, sustainable business, it closed. It was doing wrong, bad things. And, I was a director at the time, which was pretty high up in the company. But to buy into that company was like $6,000. I'm like, what am I doing? But doesn't mean that it wasn't successful. And I think with my eyes, sorry. People I think that if it's a small entrance fee, it's not a legitimate business. And it is. And I think they get sidetracked by not spending $1 million for a business. But I come into some of these businesses spending maybe $1,000, but I can make multiple streams of income through it.
I mean, that's powerful within itself. One of the things I always tell people, one of the biggest curses against our industry is that it doesn't cost enough to get involved, which is a good thing. But a lot of times people don't take it serious because they look at it. I invested $1,000, I invested $500, but they don't understand from starting a business from $500 to $1,000 plus that they can actually create a 6 or 7 figure income. That's powerful within inside itself. But we're going to go forward because Julie, she's built a team in network marketing. She's been in 22 years. I've been in 18 years. And what we see why most people fail, this is the key, I think, that what people don't really understand is that they have to have some type of system in place. They got to have some type of system for everybody. Me and Julie, we was talking the other day. Everybody's not going to be able to jump on and do videos and stuff like this. And if you do decide to do it, it takes time to brand yourself. So, in network marketing, when you get somebody started, you got to have something to plug them into where they can start, generating income pretty fast. Wouldn't you agree, Julie?
Oh, absolutely, Troy. And you and I talked about it. Is that it's all about systems. It's also about you learning from the ground up. You have to build a sustainable income by learning from other people, but learning from the right people that have systems in place and that are willing to teach and train and coach you right alongside. And this industry has a lot of downfalls in the matter of that some people bring you in and they're not taught to be leaders, as you know. Troy, it takes a while to be a leader in the companies, but also is there's a system in place that's a plug and play that you can walk into and you can actually learn as you earn, as they say in our business. It's key. It's totally key.
So Julie, have you ever tried to build a business without a system?
Oh God, yes. Yes. I was the one on the phone cold calling 100 people a day trying to get one to say yes. It's frustrating and it's not doable anymore. I mean, we've moved 20 years in the future, and attraction marketing, as they say, is the way to go now. But like you said, some of these people don't even know how to turn on a Facebook Live, let alone go and do a content to do one. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it takes time to build your brand in anything that we're doing nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, you heard my story a little bit, Julie. I mean, I've actually done Facebook Lives for the past year and a half. But before then, even after being in the industry for 16 and a half years or whatever, I still would not go live on Facebook. I would put content on Facebook, but I would not go live because I didn't want to go live because I was worried about what other people thought. So like you said, it takes time to actually get to the point where, you're able to do things like this. And even when you start going live, you're not going to have tons of people raising their hand to join your business. Because, when you go live, you're going live to build value, but also build your brand. Like me and you talked about, you see me and Lisa go live all the time in her car with the top down and stuff. But we just out just living life, having fun. But we really want to. This is what I want you to get. Whoever got in on this tonight or this evening or this morning, wherever you at. Me and Julie, we really want to help you be successful.
Right.
If you in a business, because we know network marketing is one of the greatest industries in the world. And we really want to help you be successful. That's why we are here sharing this with you about you got to have a plug and play system, but also you got to develop yourself into becoming a leader. Because one thing about this industry, when you agree, Julie, it's an industry of a business attached to self-development.
Absolutely. That comes key. And that's first before you do anything. It really, truly is. I mean, Troy, you and I are in our 50s and, I'm still learning as I'm earning. As I said, I love and I take in everything I can get from other entrepreneurs or other people that are motivational. I mean, I've watched your stuff for the last 10 months and that's how you and I connected. I love what you're doing and how you're helping people.
Yeah, and I think that's a big factor too. I remember one of my first mentors, she told me, because I was like, man, I got to find a big leader. I got to find a big leader. And I kept thinking, and she said, Troy, you got to become a leader because you're going to attract to wherever you at. Whatever level you at, that's what you're going to bring in. And I think that's a lot of times people look at our industry, and it's because of what people bring them in and tell them, man, you can get in and you can become rich in a year, or you can make, $10,000 in 90 days or something like that. They don't understand that. If they never made $10,000 in a home business before, it's going to be hard to come in and make $10,000 within 90 days or whatever. It's going to take time because they're going to have to grow to that point to really understand our industry. And it's not like a regular, like some people compare it to sales, which everything is sales, but this is kind of different because, Julie, when you actually sponsor a person and get them started, your job is just beginning. What do you think about that?
Oh, it's a huge, huge responsibility, Troy, because I'm bringing in somebody that I care about and I want to see them succeed. Even if you're a stranger that I bring in, I still feel vested in your future and feel vested in helping you. But people got to remember, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. When you build a regular brick and mortar business, they give you 3 to 5 years to even show a profit. We're asking you to give us 3 to 5 years to really see your income grow, and it's residual. So you can make it and walk away. I don't recommend that, but you and I don't walk away, but you've got to take this as a serious business. Like you're spending 8 years in college and you're now coming out to earning, whatever you're earning now. Let's say my nephew just graduated, law school. So he's going to be making $120,000 a year with all the other investments he put in. So people come into this and go, oh, in 6 months, I'll be making 10,000. Well, good luck to you, because you're not. I mean, let's be realistic here. You could, but the average person is happy to make $500 a month.
Yeah. And I mean, the people that come in, the superstars you see that never did it before and come in and move that fast, it's because they got a network. I mean, they got a huge network and they got a lot of people that respect them, and they already built their brand outside of this industry. They already have a brand. So I give you prime for instance, Julie. When I first got into business, I actually partnered up with some guys that played professional football. one of them became a real close friend. So we was able to move fast because he already had a brand on the football field. So people already they figured if this guy doing it, or if these guys doing it, they got millions of dollars, we need to get involved, right? And me and Lisa, we didn't even know we had a brand, but a lot of our friends kind of respected us and looked up to us because I was an electrician. Lisa was always in corporate America. So a lot of our friends said, if Troy and Lisa doing it, there's got to be something to it, right?
Right.
But it was a rude awakening, Julie. That company went out of business, just like your first company. And we went to our second company. And guess what? A lot of our friends and family didn't come. So we really had to actually start learning the skills to actually build a successful business.
And I think that's where it becomes tough because a lot of network marketers are in companies that they've hit that ceiling, believe it or not, Troy, and they don't know where to go anymore. So they leave that company to a new company, the flashy companies, but they're not allowed to bring anybody with them. So where do you start then? You start from ground zero again. And if you don't have systems by that time, and if you're not an influencer or don't have something already built or established, like you say, it's really, really hard to build it again and again and again. But if you have a system in place that gives you people that are looking for what you have directly for what you have, it's a little bit easier to build a business.
Yeah, and guys, you can actually look in the chat. I know. I think Julie put a link to a system that she actually used to build her business. I actually, it's the end of the month, Julie. She sent that to me. We talked about it. I ain't had a chance to dive deep.
No, I know. I get it.
I did look at some of the videos, and I mean, it looks like a system that I'm going to actually start using myself. Because one thing about it is, I learned a long time ago, in order to build a successful business, you got to be able to get eyeballs on your information. And that's the key, being able to get eyeballs on your information. And I've always been the type of person, Julie, you see I always got T-shirts on and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to be human.
Yeah, I wear T-shirts because when I'm out and about, they might say different saying. I attract people to me that way. So I'm always, I'm the type of person, I tried the phone calls. And when me and Lisa first got in the industry a long time ago, I hated it. I used to be, when I was calling people, I used to be praying to God they didn't answer the phone.
Yep.
But as I got older, what I realized, attraction for people to walk up to me and ask me what I'm doing was better for me. So I used to wear this big old 6-inch button a long time ago. And he used to ask me how to fire your boss. So now, and I actually got that from Big Al, but it was a small button. He was talking about, I used to have a thing around my neck like a necklace. But guess what? I recruited a lot of people off of that, because I stood out. So now people say, man, Troy always got these T-shirts. And I mean, I got T-shirts like crazy. Lisa be shaking her head because I know I got a few $100 worth of T-shirts. But the reason why is because when we out and about, I'm always getting people walking up to me, asking me about my T-shirt. And that starts the conversation and taking them wherever I want to take them, because during the conversation, Julie, people love to talk about themselves.
Oh, absolutely. And it's nice that they walk up to you. So that's kind of like attraction marketing, because you're attracting them to walk up to you. And also the key, Troy, that I know you and Lisa know this, but you can go ahead and get all these leads and do this stuff, but you have to be able to duplicate it within your teams, because you can only reach down so far. But if you're all doing the same system, like I was a college coach, we all do the same system. From junior varsity to college. If you have that consistency in your teams, oh my gosh, it's going to explode. And it's so simple to use a system that everybody's using and everybody's becoming successful with it.
So with that, guys, make sure if you're not following Julie, make sure you follow her on Facebook. Hey, if you're on YouTube, you're watching this, make sure you follow her on Facebook. And actually, if you want to know about the system, make sure you shoot her a message. Or click the link in the chat, and actually that'll send you to the system she used. But even after you click that link, if you got questions or something like that, make sure you reach out to Julie, because I'm telling you, everything rise and fall by the system. I remember I was in a company, Julie, and I had been in the company a while, and it was like 3-4 years, and it wasn't really growing, right? And this one gentleman and his business partner came in, and they exploded that company. And they had a system, which they had a system with inside of their team. And the crazy thing about it is they didn't share their system with nobody else, really. It was just their team thing, but their team was breaking ranks. I mean, going like crazy. Before these gentlemen got in this company, I mean, this company was just kind of putting along. But that's what it takes, guys. You got to figure out a system, something duplicatable, but that your whole team can use. Sometimes you're going to get lucky and you're going to find a Julie. You know what I'm saying? It's going to have a system.
Or find a Troy.
Yeah, that's going to come in your business and going to get it and going to really be able to explode it. But the thing about it is, when you look at us, you're looking at 22 years plus 18 years. I mean, that's over 40 years of experience doing this. I mean, we gonna do some stuff. I know, like me, Julie, I did some crazy stuff. I mess up and do crazy stuff all the time. But boy, when I first started, I was doing some. I remember me and Lisa had these brown paper sacks, and we put these cassettes in them, and we was going around putting them on people's porches.
Porches, or you take that little sticker you had and go into gas stations. When somebody run into the gas station, you put it on the window and run. So that call me, you know what I mean? I mean, it was crazy, but it's so much easier now to try to build a business than what we had. We struggled because if you weren't on the phone and you didn't have a warm market, you didn't have a business. Now it's so much easier with Facebook, YouTube, all over the world. But I build my business here in the United States. I think a lot of companies overlook the fact that United States has a lot of people that really need what we have, including now with COVID. I mean, there's so many more people that can now benefit from working from home, as you and I know this, and be able to watch your kids and go out for sports and come back and see that income grow with leadership and the right systems in place. And I truly believe this is a time right now in our lives that if you're going to build a business, build it now.
Yeah, I mean, right now, this is the best profession I think to be involved in. Not I know for a fact. And the reason why is because so many people want to be home with their kids. So many people want to work home now. So many people want to homeschool their kids because, I mean, well, what we got going on, people are afraid. I mean, like I'm here in Texas and the numbers are going back up like crazy. And we got something that can really solve that problem, guys. We can show a person how they can actually start a business from home. I want you to think about it. When this thing first came and hit and all them people got furloughed and lost their jobs and stuff like that, just imagine how an extra $500 to $1,000 a month could have really made an impact in their life. And I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I hope some people did smart things with the stimulus check. He did. He invested it and, grew it, and he gonna buy a couple of properties and stuff like that. And even from that standpoint, the smart people, they took that money, especially if they still had their job, and they figured out how to make that money go to work for them. And that's one thing that me and Julie talks about. That's one of the powerful things about network marketing. If you got a powerful product or service and people like it and they use it every month, that creates cash flow, man. That creates income streams. But not only that, you got a happy customer. And if they happy, guess what? They go tell their friends and family about it. And then you end up and you have hundreds and hundreds of customers. It's powerful within itself. This is the best time. I mean, it's no other. Hey, guys, let me do this. If you're looking to actually start a business from the comfort of your home, now, if you're involved in something, you need to check out the system before you can really grow your team real fast. But if you're not involved in something and you're looking to actually start a business from home, make sure you reach out to Julie. Shoot DM or, shoot her a message. I mean, she'll take care of you. 22 years of experience. That's a hell of a long time to be in this game. You know what I tell people, Julie? Most of the time, people can only last 90 days.
Oh, 30 days, Troy. I mean, and guys, if you're building a business, talk to me. If you're looking for a business right now, Troy's got an amazing business right now with the product lines there. I looked it up. It's sensational. I'm an athlete. I'm going to actually go to him for some of the products, but guys, we're here to help you. That's my passion is coaching. My passion is to help you. And Troy and I are teaming up to help each other. And, there's no better way right now is to be in life is to be with people who are passionate like we are. We're passionate. We want to help you, but we're not going to do it for you. Does that make sense? We're going to help you. We're going to give you the tools you need and the trainings and the mindset you need, but then you need to come to the plate and you need to hit it out of the park, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that makes plenty of sense, Julie. I always tell people, if you carry your 50 bricks, I carry my 50. It's got to be a team. It can't be me, or you doing all the work. I can't call you every day, be saying, come on, let's get up, let's go, let's make some phone calls, let's call these leads back, let's do this, let's do that. It's got to be 50-50 because guess what? That is too much work. I know Lisa, so I remember a long time ago, we used to have to deal with that. And Lisa was like, man, she was like, that's just way too much work. But when you got a system and it's back to having a system, right? You got to have a system in place where, like what Julie talking about, you got to have a system in place for personal development, personal growth, because you got to be able to grow because that's going to be the key. Because Julie, I tell people all the time, I see people, and I know you see people too. I've worked with people that I knew could be great in this industry. I mean, could build a huge business, but the personal development was so far away. All stuff that probably happened to them when they was a kid kept them from being able to create the level of success they wanted. And that's so sad.
It is sad because you know what? We all have our baggage from our childhood, but you have to put it aside, and you have to learn and grow. And I've got so many female mentors that I watch and I listen to podcasts on, and they've actually trained my brain to rethink everything that I've known. And like you said, I've had 2 or 3 superstars come into my business and have done zero because they can't get over the fact that, oh, I didn't make $10,000 my first month. Dude, you didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So it frustrates me. And then you got the kids or the people that come in that you don't think are going to do anything. And they're like superstars. They're like, don't let anything hurt them. They got the rhino skin on. No means yes, but my passion is to watch people grow and just let them go. Like, here you go. Here's an opportunity. Take it or not, don't take it. But I'm not calling you every day. Like you said, I did this in the past. I had a team call every Monday, 50 people on it. What are you guys doing? Talk to me. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. Be accountable for what you have and what you are. And if you can't, then we'll help you. But if I'm tired of, like Lisa was, I like bang my head on the wall going, I can't do this anymore. It was like exhausting.
I mean, that's exactly the way Lisa was. I mean, because I think I told you that when we left our second company and we went to our third company, Lisa helped a lot in the third company, but she told me she didn't want to help do like she did in the previous company. When we got started in this company, we started really figuring out that we had to put a system and stuff in place because she didn't want to be that where she had to do work with the personal development stuff with all the challenges and stuff they're going through on that side. And then also have a system in place where they was trying to build a business, right? So we understood the power of personal development right off the bat. And like you said, when I first came in the industry, it was kind of like ignorance on fire because I always had kind of like the entrepreneurship spirit anyway. Because I always, like when I was an electrician, I would go to work and then I would get off in the evening and go do side jobs. So my goal was always to work for myself, not work for somebody else long term. So when I saw it made sense to me. And then what really got me, Julie, is when I really understood that I could really make an impact in other people's lives. And the honest way I could truly be successful in a business like this is that I had to help other people. And man, I mean, once that got me, that really sold me on this industry. I'll tell you a short story before we get off. I remember me and Lisa got in our first company. It was this lady. Her name was Rochelle. I'm probably saying her name wrong, but I think it's Rochelle. She had 2 kids. She was a single parent, right? And she had been in an abusive relationship with her previous husband, had never did anything for herself. And this when it really hit me. Me and Lisa went to her house to do like a private business meeting, right? She ran out to the car, tears was running down her eyes because she had got her first check. And she felt so good because she did something for herself. And at that moment, Julie, for me, I realized that this was bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? I had something that I can really sow and help other people, make an extra $500, $1,000 a month. Or if they wanted to, show them how we can go out and make an impact in the world and help a whole lot of people. So whenever I'm looking to work with people, Julie, that's one of the things I'm looking at. I'm looking for if they want to make 500, that's good. They want to make 200, that's good. If they want to make 1,000, that's good. And if they want to create a full-time income, I tell them what it's going to take to be able to do that. But also I explain to them, man, it's really about going out, making an impact in other people's lives. And if you can get that, man, you can make as much money as possible in this industry.
What I like too, Troy, is that there's no ceiling here. If you want to make $10 million, make it. Nobody's going to stop you. That's what's great about corporate America is great, is good, whatever, it's a job. But doing what we're doing and having a passion for it, you can make any amount of money you want as long as you put the work into it.
That's it. Hey guys, we're gonna wrap this up. But before we wrap this up, if you in the home business space, if you in network marketing and you don't have a system, you most definitely want to look at the system, especially if you're a leader or you're up and coming leader. If you're not in the home business space and you're looking for a business, make sure you reach out to me because we do have a system and stuff in place where you can create a level of success and we can win together. And one thing I can tell you, 2 of the main factors today that most people are worried about, they're worried about their health and they worried about their money. So I'll leave you guys with this. I'm in a health and wellness company. We got a unique product that nobody else has in the world. And it's tied to where you can make income by going and share it with others. And if you're in the industry, once again, click that link, check out the system Julie has. And even if you are in the industry and maybe you already got a system, you most definitely still want to follow Julie. still look at her system, still follow her content and stuff she putting out there on Facebook. And this won't be the last time we do a Facebook Live together, right, Julie?
I hope not. I hope not. This is great. Thank you so much, Troy. You're an amazing, amazing guy. And guys, look into his products. Look into him. He is an amazing, loving, powerful leader.
Yeah, and back at you, Julie. And with that, guys, God bless. And you guys have an awesome